Good morning, girls. Welcome to the class of CE, that is Conversational English. Yes, we are once again meeting online because of this unpredictable situation of Corona. So, now onwards, we'll be having online sessions till 10th April. Then, after, as per the order, as per the instructions of government, we'll follow the rest of the schedule. In conversational English, we have discussed in the classroom syllabus. There are 4 units. Now, we started with the first unit. Under this first unit, as you all know, this part of non-verbal communication, that is about the body language, usage of body language, that we have already discussed in the semester number 1. Again, the revision of this, and along with that you'll be knowing about the importance of body language. As far as body language is concerned, we have discussed a lot of aspects, elements, parts which we use during our conversation. It is a kind of an accompaniment of our body. With the use of this, we make our conversation more effective. So let us begin the remaining part, rest of the journey of the body language. As discussed in the body language, meaning, that is unspoken element of communication that we use to reveal our true feelings and emotions. Yes, we use this for our revelation of feelings and emotion, to express ourselves in a more eloquent manner. We use gestures, facial expressions, postures. આપણે હાવભાવનો ઉપયોગ આપણી જાતને વધારે ઇફેક્ટિવ સાબિત કરવા માટે યુઝ કરીએ છીએ. યસ. Then after we saw about this, like it is a kind of a positive approach and activity to engage the one for the communication, to approach someone. Yes, you can adjust, you can use your different body parts in the different situations. Then we saw about this, like it refers to the gestures a person's face or body gives as an aid to communication. It helps to make your communication solid. Then we saw about the importance, like 55% weightage we give to the body parts, 7% to the words, and 38% to the voice tone. Then we saw about the features. These different parts we use during our conversation. This is already explained in the classroom, but for your revision and brainstorming, it is required to revise it little earlier. We saw about eyes also, that like the eyes are frequently referred to as windows to the soul. It is capable of revealing a great deal about what a person is feeling or thinking. Yes. Then after we saw about this, like eye movements are quite natural and it is important for the communication process. Then we saw related to the eye, like what are the features through eye we show, like we make use or we do eye gazing. To gaze means to see constantly, to look constantly on someone, something. When a person looks directly into your eyes while having a conversation, it indicates that they are interested and paying attention to you. However, prolonged eye contact can feel threatening. Constant looking on someone may feel that yes, you are trying to threaten the person. Threaten એટલે ડરાવવું. કોઈને એવું પણ લાગી શકે કે તમે એને ડરાવી રહ્યા છો. Blinking, આંખો પટપટાવી, again it's a natural process. Yes, people often blink more rapidly when they are feeling distressed. They are not feeling comfortable. In that case, they do make process of blinking number of times. Infrequent blinking may indicate that a person is intentionally trying to control his or her eye movements. Yes, a kind of blinking, more rapid movement of eye blinking, yes, that gives an indication that person is intentionally trying to control his eye movements. Next is mouth. Again, that already we saw during our session, like mouth expressions and movements can also be essential in reading body language. For example, chewing on the bottom lip may indicate that the individual is experiencing feelings or worry, fear or insecurity. In that case, you should cover your mouth while coughing and yawning. That looks more proper. Smiling is perhaps one of the greatest body language signals. As I told you that we use different muscles to smile, to bring smile on our face. And even more than 200 muscles can become active while smiling, while we do smile. So, it is very important. Then lip biting, covering the mouth and pursed lips, that are already discussed in the last part. Then we saw this. Up till that, I think we have discussed, like, yes, gestures are very important. If we look at these different people who are sitting in the same queue but showing their different gestures during the similar situation. One is thinking, one is tiresome, feeling tired or tired. One who is thinking, who is in a deep thought. This man is confused and this fellow is quite fatigued. Then we saw, we used to reveal thumbs up and thumbs down are often used as gestures of approval and disapproval. A clenched fist can indicate anger in some situations or solidarity in others. The OK gesture, made by touching together the thumb and index finger in a circle by extending the other three fingers, can be used to mean OK or alright. In some parts of Europe, however, the same signal is used to imply you are nothing. In some South American countries, the symbol is actually a vulgar gesture. So again, different symbols, different gestures can be used in different countries, different parts of the countries of the world in a different manner. One may be useful, one may be positive, one may be wrong, one may be vulgar. Again, it is applicable differently to the different countries of the world. The V sign, created by lifting the index and middle finger and separating them to create a V shape, means peace or victory in some countries. In the United Kingdom and Australia, the symbol takes on an offensive meaning when the back of the hand is facing outward. V is the indication of peace, victory. Peace એટલે શાંતિ, victory એટલે વિજય. In the UK and even in Australia, this symbol takes an offensive meaning. એટલે કે આ સિમ્બોલ પોઝિટિવલી ત્યાં ઉપયોગમાં લઈ શકાતો નથી. એનો અર્થ કદાચ વિરોધ વ્યક્ત કરવા માટે થાય છે. And even when the back of the hand is facing outward, it shows a kind of negative sign. Again, we use arms and legs. Crossed arms might indicate that a person feels defensive, self-protective or closed off. Crossed arms એટલે આપણે જે પગને આંટી મારીને રાખીએ છીએ એ. In that case, વ્યક્તિ પોતે કંઈક પોતાની જાતને બચાવવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરતી હોય. Standing with hands placed on the hips can be an indication that a person is ready and in control. Rapidly tapping finger or fidgeting, વારંવાર આંગળીઓના ઉપયોગથી કે આંગળીઓ ટપારવાથી, can be a sign that a person is bored, impatient or frustrated. Crossed legs can indicate that a person is feeling closed off or in need of privacy. Then after, the next element is postures. Posture, that means the term posture refers to how we hold our bodies as well as the overall physical form of an individual. Sitting up straight, for example, may indicate that a person is focused and paying attention to what is going on. Sitting with the body hunched forward, on the other hand, can indicate that person is bored or indifferent. As I told you in the classroom, remember that posture means how we hold ourselves. આપણે કઈ રીતે ઉઠીએ છીએ, બેસીએ છીએ, કેવી રીતે આપણા બોડીને કંટ્રોલમાં રાખીએ છીએ. Again, it indicates different gestures, different sign to different situations. Sitting up straight, for example, એ શું દર્શાવે છે? That the person is focused, paying attention, and what is going on. In that case, he or she is so conscious. Sitting with the body hunched forward, પાછળ જરાક વાળીને રાખીએ, એ on the other hand can show that person is bored or indifferent and નથી મજા આવતી, રાઈટ? એવો જેસ્ચર એ કે એવું પોસ્ચર કરવાથી એને સામેવાળી વ્યક્તિને ખબર પડે છે. Open posture, closed posture. Open posture means it involves keeping the trunk of the body open and exposed. This type of posture indicates friendliness, openness, and willingness. Closed posture involves hiding the trunk of the body, often by hunching forward and keeping the arms and legs crossed. This type of posture can be an indicator of hostility, unfriendliness, and anxiety. So in short, it is said, it is very important, like in the process of communication, it's an integral part, important part, crucial part in the conversation, and the major elements of non-verbal part we include as body language. Fine. So hereby the body language is done from my side. The next question which I am going to start in the unit number 1, that is yes, second question, that is related to the CE, and that is related to the pronunciation. It is very important in the English language, yes, one has to pronounce in the proper manner. Pronunciation is an integral part of communication. So, if we pronounce the sentence words correctly, then only we are able to speak in an effective manner. And we have to adopt right strategies of pronunciation. Pronunciation એટલે ઉચ્ચાર. Pronunciation is very important for the language, for the clarity of language, for the effectiveness, for the better understanding. One has to bring proper pronunciation strategies while speaking. Mostly in case of speaking, we are the native speakers and we are more comfortable in Gujarati. So in case of English, it becomes like a foreign language for us. Maybe we are not familiar for all sounds. આપણને દરેકે દરેક પ્રકારના શબ્દોનો ઉચ્ચાર ન પણ આવડે. But yes, later on with the process of speaking, hearing, writing, reading, with all these skills, we can develop a good sense of a good power, or we can control ourselves with the right process of communication, or rightly we can pronounce in a better way. So practice makes man perfect. If we bring right approach to the practice, then later on, by the end of this semester, you may get fluency over your language. આ સેમિસ્ટરના એન્ડમાં તમે આરામથી સરસ મજાનું સારું ઇંગ્લિશ બોલી શકો, રાઈટ? સેકન્ડ થિંગ, this part has become very important for your speaking level. બોલતી વખતે આપણે કેટલી બાબતોનું ધ્યાન રાખવું જોઈએ, એ આ યુનિટ 1 સાથે જોડાયેલું છે. રિમેમ્બર આઈ ટોલ્ડ યુ દેટ ઇંગ્લિશ લેંગ્વેજ ઇટ ઇઝ ડિપેન્ડન્ટ હેવીલી ઓન ધીસ LSRW સ્કિલ્સ. એમાંની આ સ્પીકિંગ સ્કિલ ઉપર મૂળ 4 બાબતો ઉપર વાત કરી છે. વી આર ડિસ્કસિંગ અબાઉટ ધ સેકન્ડ ક્વેશ્ચન. ધીસ ઇઝ ધ ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 2. Question 2. This is the tips which are required to make our pronunciation effective. If the question is asked in your exam like which are the tips to make your pronunciation effective, then you should be writing these things. Let us begin with the introduction. The English language has some sounds that your native language might not. So, one has to learn how to make completely new sounds. Sound એટલે શબ્દ. શબ્દ કરતાંય એમ જોઈએ તો લેટર. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ આપણે ઇંગ્લિશ બોલીએ છીએ તો વી ડોન્ટ સે, વી યુઝ ઈ. English, E is the sound in that case. N is the sound, G is the sound, L is the sound, I, Li, E is the sound, S, H, Sh is the sound we create by uttering the spelling of English. So, we have to get mastery over these sounds. The English language has some sounds that your native language might not. In that case, we have to adopt. We have to learn how to utter. Utter means ઉચ્ચાર. These sounds. આપણે આ સાઉન્ડ એટલે કે શબ્દો એટલે કે અક્ષરોનો ઉચ્ચાર કેવી રીતે થાય છે એ જ શીખવાનું છે. So one has to learn how to make completely new sounds. Plus English vowels make it really tricky to know how to say a word. For example, while comb, bomb, tom all are pronounced differently, but it looks similar to the process of sound or uttering sound. Like if we say comb, someone may heard bomb, someone may heard tom. Again, all these three are pronounced in the different manner, right? And meanings of this are different. Remember we did homophones in the last semester, which look similar in the sounds but different in the meaning, called homophones. So in that case, comb should be pronounced in the different manner, bomb again should be pronounced in the different manner, and tom again it is pronounced in the different way to make this particular sound effective. Accurate pronunciation is an important part of learning any language. Accurate pronunciation, accurate એટલે ચોક્કસ, proper. Proper pronunciation, exact pronunciation is very important for learning any language and especially when you are learning English. The way your speech sounds can have a big impact on whether or not people understand what you are saying and their initial impression of you. Again, it is quite dependent on your speech sounds. તમે જ્યારે બોલો છો ત્યારે તમારા મોઢામાંથી જે શબ્દો નીકળે છે એને સાઉન્ડ કહી શકાય, right? Again, it creates a big impact whether or not people have understood you by only giving your proper pronunciation of sounds, and even they will judge, they will start creating your image in the initial process, and that will bring impression of you. The tricky thing about pronunciation is that it's not just a question of acquiring knowledge. Acquire એટલે પ્રાપ્ત કરવું. Acquiring knowledge. It is a physical skill that you need to practice regularly. Yes, day by day, when you start speaking, when you start writing, later on again pronunciation is related with the speaking process. So in that case, yes, it's a kind of a physical skill that one has to develop, right? that you need practice, and later on regular practice will give you fluency over it. Then this was a part of like introduction, why we use, why this pronunciation and the effectiveness of pronunciation is important, right? So we saw about English language, we saw about sounds, we saw about vowels. Again, some vowels are tricky, and we saw about importance of pronunciation, very important, and again it creates a big impact on people while creating understanding, and it creates a kind of an image of a person. So the question is based on the techniques to improve pronunciation. Yes, from tomorrow we are going to start off with the question. I am ending here. Meanwhile, you can revise your body language, and you can focus yourselves on the pronunciation part from tomorrow. Till that, thank you very much and have a good day, girls.